Hello guys, this is J&M. Today I'm taking a look at Substance Modeler and compare it to my own tool Hardcuts. I'm a big fan of the Substance Modeler, by the way. They created this tutorial, a very nice one in which they show how to use primitives and they use them to build this golden chalice. I tried to recreate a similar result in Hardcuts Alpha. Let's see how close we can get. Okay, I start with the reference backdrop, a feature that I added some days ago that can be used to display a reference image for a snapped viewport. I made a screenshot of the goblet that they created in the tutorial, not to really trace it, but just to align the objects that I'm going to add while I'm blocking this out. Alright, that's good enough. The first object that I'm going to add is a capsule, and just press S to increase the size so that it aligns with the image. Okay, Ctrl left click to create the object from this shape. We are here, by the way, in the new material viewport, in which we can also set the opacity for objects, and I decrease it here so that we can see where to cut this part. Okay, live boolean is enabled. We see the result first before we apply. Then I Ctrl left click onto the object to do the real boolean. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to, match the dimensions. Okay, now the part below, we have to think in primitives. We use the cylinder for that. Align it, scale it. As I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just try to fit the shape. Nice enough, Ctrl left click to add it. And again for the next part, we need a cylinder. So we just reuse the opened 3D shape and adjust the size. And because it was so nice, we again add another cylinder, even larger this time. Okay, the basic shape is created. Now what is missing is of course the handles, and we use a torus to create them. I move it over here, then snap the view, press R to switch to the rotation gizmo and hold the shift key pressed so that I can rotate in 5-degree steps. The size is alright, I decrease the radius a bit and move it to the inside of the goblet. G to move, R to rotate and S to scale, but you can change the keyboard shortcuts in the settings. For the handles I activate the mirror, here for the X-axis. And again Ctrl left click to create the objects. Alright, now we have to cut away two things, the inner part of the goblet and also the parts of the handles that are inside of it. So again I open a capsule shape, scale it up like that and set it to subtract so that I can cut into this part. Ctrl left click to cut, and then I select the handles and do the same operation. But for the handles we have to increase the size of the capsule a bit so that they don't stick into the inside of the cup. Okay, the last thing is that we have to cut away a kind of curved area from this part in the middle. And again I use a torus shape, this donut. And the live boolean helps here a lot to see the resulting shape before we apply. Nice, but I forgot one thing. We have to add another torus at the top of the cup. Very simple, just scale and add it as an object. Alright, before we come to the details, let me add the materials, just to have an impression how this will come out in the end. For the most parts I use gold, but this part at the bottom is a darker brown tone and a bit more rough. Okay, that's nice already. Now we really have to add a few details. The first one is a kind of golden plate that is going to be added to the front side of the base. For this I just copy and paste this part, scale it up a bit. This also has a golden material, and now I'm going to cut it, this part away. And I think I can add a mirror again for the part on the right side. Ctrl left click to cut away both parts. Alright, another cut to cut away the back area, and now we have the resulting object that we can use as a golden plate at the front. Like this, and again a 2D rectangle for the cut at the bottom. I move it into the object, then I press S to scale it like that so that it looks a bit thinner. Okay, don't overdo it, that's good enough. The next two details are indentations that we're going to add to the base. And for this I use again a cylinder, but I use it in a different way. I scale it up and increase the thickness so that I get a hollow cylinder. Then I scale it down like that, and we have a perfect shape that we can use in subtract mode to cut indentations into the base. Ctrl left click to add this one and another one down here. Okay, the last detail for the base and for the plate is to add 4 screws. I keep them very simple. I just use a sphere, cut away the bottom, scale it down and assign a metallic material. That's it. Like this, and now I'll really reduce the size. We need 4 of them aligned to the plate. That's a good opportunity to show you our new Asset Explorer. You can just select the screw, like that, and then you can press Save Selected. Then you add a name and perhaps, if you like, a tag so that you can search for the asset later on. And what you can do now is you can drag it into the viewport and the object is created. Just if you have objects that you need more often to reuse it. Alright, in this context I want to show you another feature, and this is snapping objects to faces. If you select it here and also to align the rotation to the face, you can just drag the screw and it is aligned perfectly to the plate. Now you can copy and paste it or just drag it in from the Asset Explorer. Okay, now really for the last detail, we need a star shape. It is planned to add shapes like that as presets, but at the moment we have to create the star on our own. Okay, so let's see how good I am in blocking out a 2D star using a polygon. This looks a bit ugly, but it's good that the tool allows to reposition the points. I think we can go with that. Now I extrude this a bit and Ctrl left click to create the object. Okay, not the nicest one. I scale it down and after that I'm going to bend it a bit so that it matches the shape of the goblet. For this I use the bend tool, of course. For the x-axis, Ctrl left click to apply. I also assign the gold material and then I just move it to the inside, like that. Okay, I'm quite happy with it. Now you can join the objects, and perhaps we cut away the top part like this. Just looks a little bit better, I think. I think I increase the exposure, and yeah, the part at the bottom is now a bit too light, so I change it to a darker tone. So that was it. I really hope you like it. You can get access to Hardcuts from our webpage. The link is in the description below. You see in the community this tool is evolving pretty fast. We implement new features every single day or fix bugs as soon as possible. You can get the alpha at the moment for $49. Free updates to the major version 1.x are included then. Create a free account to download the trial. It is available for Windows and Linux as well. If you find bugs, add them here in the community tab, and also your feature requests help to grow the tool more and more. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy cutting.